All right, next is the volume of a rectangular prism. All right, very similar to a cube, very similar shape, except it's going to be longer or wider in a direction. Not all the sides are the same, right? So we have the length, we have the width, and we have the height. Well, volume, just like for a cube, is going to be the area of the base times the height, okay? Well, what's the area of the base? It's length times width times the height, and that's it. Volume of a rectangular prism. This is so much easier than the surface area that we were doing before. So let's do it here. Volume equals length times width times height. And remember that these variables, when they're side by side, it means multiply. Okay, we don't have to have a dot or an X in between them. So let's plug in length. Well, I'm going fast here. Let's label our sides. Okay, I always like to do the long side. The base here is L. I like to do this width, this distance here to the back is width, and the height standing up is H. Okay, now that we have L, W, and H, we can plug them in. It does not matter, honestly, what you label as L, W, and H, as long as you do it and stick with it, because they're all going to get multiplied anyway. Okay, so 10 times 4 times 5. All right, I'm going to save the times 10 for the end. Remember, multiplication can be done in any order because it's commutative, and it won't change the answer. So I'm going to do 4 times 5 first, which is 20, because multiplying by 10 is super easy. Okay, now I have 10 times 20, and that is 200. I look at my units, meters, and it's volume, so it's cubed. Okay, let's do this one. Always write down my formula first, then label my sides. I need L, W, and H. I'm going to do this side here as L. I'm going to do this distance here to the back as W, and this here as the height. Okay, let's plug them in. I've got 6 times 8 times 12. All right, I'm not sure there's an easy way to do this, but if I do 6 times 8, 48, I'm going to end up with a double-digit multiplication problem. So I'm actually going to do 8 times 12 first, because I can do that times table. So I'm going to have 6 times 8 times 12, which is 96. Okay, and now I can do 6 times 96, and that's a slightly easier multiplication problem than 48 times 12. So 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times 9 is 54, plus 3 is 57. So 5, 7, 6. I need my units, which are feet. And we're talking about volume, so it's cubed. Okay, so rectangular prism, the volume, length times width times height.